Please welcome to the Imps podcast show with me, Cornell B, back again after we, Lincoln City, have won 2-0 against Port Vale. 2-0, 2-0, 2-0 after goals from Joe Taylor and Rico Hackett. When the crowd say Rico Hackett, today us, Lincoln City, are still remain 10th in the table. And obviously we have gone 8 games unbeaten this season in the second half of the season. What is my reaction to that? I'll tell you. I am absolutely buzzing with the 3 points today. I thought we played really, really well in that game. Yes, of course, the second half, we were poor in the second half because obviously Port Vale, after we had scored in the first half, especially that goal, I got to tell you, we saw some changes being made. We saw a new formation lined us up today. We saw 5 in midfield. Right, 5 at the back. We saw three in midfield, and then obviously, one up front, obviously, with Manjoy just playing behind the striker of Taylor. But obviously, it didn't really matter about that. The start of the play, the formation, yes, it was brilliant how well the players adapted to it. Mostly Danny Mandroyu. But I got to tell you, it was just brilliant to see us, Lincoln City, getting 3 points today. That's what it mattered. It didn't matter about, there are negatives in the game. Of course there is. And obviously, to start the game winning by scoring the first goal was so important. In 2 seconds, it was a bit similar to Harry Anderson when he scored against Everton in the Carabao Cup under the Cowley brothers. Oh, but that didn't really matter about that, man. I don't really matter about that. Obviously, a mistake from the Port Vale defender. Obviously, passes the ball to Joe Taylor, and Joe Taylor comes, and then Connor Ripley doesn't know where he is, doesn't know where he's going. Joe Taylor scores, and bang, we are 1-0 up. Do you know what? I am so pleased for Joe Taylor. Second goal of this season. I'm just happy with him right now. Obviously, he carries on playing the way he's playing. He's going to really cause a lot of problems to the defences. And that's how I like it from Joe Taylor. And then we started to, be well controlling the game, controlling possession. Then we started to be comfortable, and this is where our downfall is. When we are too comfortable in the ball, that's how the opposition starts pressing us and starts piling up pressure. But we were solid in the defence. I thought Lucas Jensen, obviously 13 clean sheets this season, absolutely brilliant for him to get his 13th clean sheet. I thought Lucas Jensen worked really, really hard today. It was brilliant for him to get his 13th clean sheet this season, and he's destined for more. And the more he gets, the more improve and better he's going to be, and we're seeing real improvements on Lucas Jensen. Sorensen had a decent game. Mitchell had a decent game. O'Connor, solid. Absolutely. Rowan, solid. Made some key, good, decent decisions. At times he was a little bit sloppy, but one thing I will say is that Rowan still played really, really well, no matter what the situation was from the start to finish. Our midfield today, I thought our midfield, Ethan and Ron, obviously is a roller's dice in our team, and that's the reason why we signed him in the first place and why we got him, because when he makes key decisions, things start to go our way. Then you got Teddy Bishop, pretty decent on the ball, had a chance to score, unlucky with him not getting a goal. I think we should have had a penalty in the first half, especially when on that challenge on Rico. It should have been a penalty. And I didn't understand why the referee didn't give the penalty. Second half, when Dylan Duffy was brought down, we got a penalty and we managed to slot it and get the second goal. But obviously, from the first half, obviously, was all us. It was all us, Lincoln City, and that's how I like it. And then after that, there were times where we looked sloppy on the ball. We started to make bad, sloppy key decisions that we wasn't supposed to do. And then obviously going into half time, obviously we had to settle down because we were being a bit too uncomfortable. Second half obviously was Port Vale all along. They had obviously a plan to say, listen, we're gonna get at the Imps defence and we're gonna cause them problems. And even though their manager Darryl Moore is still getting used to it, is still getting used to how he wants them to play, but they had nothing to offer. They had absolutely nothing to offer, and they didn't offer nothing. we Lincoln City more often. Yeah, we were poor. Yeah, we weren't at it. And I'll be honest, we wasn't at it in that second half. Port Vale was more likely to score and more likely to get a goal and really get and salvage a point, because they're fighting for their lives in the relegation zone. They are fighting to stay in League One so they don't get relegated back down to League Two. That's why they sacked their manager and they brought in Darren Moore in their team. But us, Lincoln City, we wanted to stay unbeaten. We wanted to go 8 games unbeaten, and we have proven that. And we have done that today. And obviously, the penalty, Dylan Duffy and Moylan made an absolute impact on the game. I thought they played really, really well. Obviously, Taylorr, I was happy for him to get his second goal. Happy for him making his impact known, even though he came off and looked a bit tired. But one thing I did say, that us Lincoln City will score the second goal. 2-0, I don't business. As long as we obviously got 3 points, as long as we won the game, that's what really mattered for us Lincoln City. And when that happened, us Lincoln City are on the roll. Obviously, for me, I think we need to improve on making key decisions, especially in the final third. Yes, we're missing Ben House. Yes, we know what Ben House can do when he presses the ball. But obviously, we wasn't expecting Ben House to be out of the game through illness, and then we've got long absentee injuries as well to Monsima and Walker, so that doesn't really help. But what it does do, Skubala is using the options on the bench. Yeah, our options on the bench was absolutely limited, but one thing I will say is that we Lincoln City still managed to get 3 points. We still are 10th in the table, which pretty sucks, but it don't really matter. Because Tuesday we have the chance, we will put it right, and we will go 9th in the table, and we will still put pressure and still keep pushing for a top 6 finish this season. But obviously, Rico Hackett scoring in the last minute, penalty slotted away, send the keeper the wrong way. It was brilliant to see that happen. Obviously, big up Rico Hackett. Obviously, 5th goal of the season. I'm absolutely happy for him, and this is why I said when Rico is in the form that he is, we are a different team with Rico. I'm not saying we're not a different team with Teddy Bishop, but obviously, listen, Rico Hackett makes everything happen in this team. Creativity, assists, goals, everything. That's why we got him. That's why he's in our team. But one thing for sure, I'm just thrilled that we got 3 points today. Bring on Shrewsbury on Tuesday, and obviously, more is coming this second half of the season. We're carrying on the positive momentum will still continue. The winnerless streak will still continue, and nothing is going to stop us. And if we can improve on just making the right key decisions, we will be fine this second half of the season. Nothing to worry about. But obviously, big up our team, big up our Lincoln City team for the hard working performance today. And the grit, determination to say, listen, we're going to win this game. We're going to get 3 points, and coming up with a game plan. Big up Lincoln City Football Club. Thank you for watching the Imps View podcast show with me, Cornell B. Back again. Smash a like on my YouTube video. Love to hear what you guys think with your reaction and your opinions to our 2-0 win against Port Vale. Thank you very much. Up the Imps. I'm back again. Lincoln City 2, Port Vale 0 after goals from Joe Taylorr, which was his 2nd goal of the season, and then Rico Hackett scoring in the last minute with a penalty with his 5th goal of the season. What is my reaction? I, Cornell B, is so happy that we Lincoln City have won the game. I'm so happy that we have got 3 points. We're not 9th in the table, but we're still 10th in the table, but it don't really matter. We're still pushing on for the playoffs this season. Obviously, it wasn't our best game, especially the second half, but it didn't really matter. All it mattered was that we got 3 points today. We played well. We were solid at the back. We managed to get 3 points, beat Port Vale, and roll on Tuesday against Shrewsbury Town. I, Cornell B, is so excited. I am so happy that we Lincoln City got 3 points today, and us Lincoln City can start taking every game as it comes. Do you know what I'm saying? But today was a fantastic day for us Lincoln City to get 3 points and really start marching up the table. Yes, of course, as I said, we ain't 9th for the table. It don't really matter. What really mattered is we got 3 points. It was a win. The positivity momentum is still carrying on. We are 8 games unbeaten this season. It don't matter. 12 games won, 12 games drawn, 10 lost. Doesn't really matter. What really mattered is that we, Lincoln City, are still undefeated, and we, Lincoln City, will get more wins this season. We better start believing. Just know, everybody. Just know.